Everybody loves Summernats for different reasons.
Great way to meet a lot of good people.
You can't describe it, you can't explain it.
People come here for the cars, they come here for the burnouts.
People drop everything for Summernats.
How would you describe it? I think everybody in their lifetime has to experience it. You don't know what you're missing out on. Have a look around, look at the atmosphere, it's perfect.
This is my Christmas.
It's information overload. It's 4 days that never eases up on you. It just keeps going and going and going.
There's blokes that have given up being best man at a wedding to come to Summernats. There's blokes that have quit their jobs because they didn't get the leave to come to Summernats.
And when somebody there says they've seen a burnout, they've never seen a burnout until they see you guys do it.
There's Burnout Masters competitors tomorrow that are having surgery today.
If you're a car enthusiast, I think there's no better show than this.
There are a million reasons that people come to Summernats, and every single one of them are different.
This is the only show you should turn up at.
Grand Champion is about you and your car, not just the car.
Summernats is Summernats.
It's great. They just come here to party and have a great time.
You're dealing with 7 or 8 different government departments, 1,800 entrants, 100,000 spectators, 1,800 cars.
The atmosphere. Driving your cars and smashing tyres off. Might have got a bit out of control on the tip-in speed and landed way up in Osborne Avenue. Took the tip-in to a whole new level. Hanging out with your mates.
A couple of countries have tried it, the emphasis on try.
Bang, 1, 2, 3, 4, gone. Couldn't see a thing.
Once you start doing that, it is an addiction.
If you go home on Sunday night and you've got a headache, we've won.
So I've met heaps of people in the game. I enjoy going to the show just to go and run amok with them.
I love the skids, mate. If it wasn't so pretty on the paint, I'd put it in there myself.
Political correctness, how do you spell that?
Street Machine. If you don't read Street Machine, follow their YouTube channel or visit their website for great content. What are you doing with your life? Nothing. That's what you're doing. For all the latest on all things Street Machine, visit your local newsagent, buy a magazine subscription on their website now. They got all sorts of mad stuff. Turbo taxis, LS powered MX-5s, and the best street machines Australia has to offer. Do it now.
The coolest thing would have to be the esky at the end. It's bloody hot.
99.5 FM, good morning to you and Happy New Year. It's 2015 already, goodness gracious. Where has 2014 gone? I don't know, but it's history now. We are moving on. And we are at Street Machine Magazine, Summernats number 28, proudly supported, of course, by our friends at Rare Spares. And it's Thursday. Big day today. We've got the Burnout World Record coming up a little later on today. We are aiming for over 100 cars on the Burnout pad. I can't wait to see that. That's going to get underway from around 1 o'clock this afternoon. There's plenty of cruising going on around the track already, and there's lots going on. It's going to be a huge day, so get out there and make the most of it. Enjoy your time at Street Machine Magazine, Summernats number 28. Where have they all gone?
My name's Troy. I'm up from Port Melbourne. I'm an investment banker. Been all around the world for sporting events, but never been to Summernats. So I'm ready to assimilate, ready to get loose. Come on, Summernats, I'm coming to get you. Now talk me through it, mate. What are you eating? What are you eating?
Who knows?
It's the ultimate automotive show. We've got amazing high-end works of art at one end. At the other end, we have a burnout scene that has become one of the greatest forms of motorsport in the world, I think, and everything in between.
Well, the Guinness World Record started at Summernats 25, and a gentleman called Jason O'Halloran approached me about doing a NASCAR burnout.
We set it for the first time back in 2013 with 68 cars. It's been sort of unofficially broken around the world quite a few times since, which is awesome, and we were going to smash it today. 100 cars minimum. It'll be yeah, quite a spectacle.
As far as Guinness World Records knows, nobody has done it according to the guidelines, which means all of the cars are burning out for the same amount of time during a 30-second period.
Before you get out of your car, just have a look to the bloke next to you to see if he's on fire or what. And if he'll give you a thumbs up and you can give him a thumbs up, then you can all get out.
All morning, I was really nervous the whole time, sort of like a cat on a hot tin roof. Our name was sort of on the line a bit because we always wanted to get more than 100 cars.
Ladies and gentlemen, start your engine!
The Burnout World Record was insane. I was standing up on a concrete block, right on the pad, after an hour and a half of setting up cars and watching, waiting for it to happen.
The flag went up, start your engines, we started it, you check all your mods and all that, gauges, make sure that. And next minute you look around, next minute everybody's going and you're away. But the problem is when you've got 107 cars in top gear, pulling 7,500 revs, you got to start looking at your oil pressure gauge, tacho and all that, because you can't hear your own car.
Bang, 1, 2, 3, 4, gone, couldn't see a thing. Stood in the smoke for 50, 60 seconds, got bumped into by a cameraman who was screaming his legs were on fire. It was sensational.
Last time we got you to have your hand up high in the air and give us the result. So with a fist, put your hand casually up in the air, mate. On the count of 3, give us the result. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. I want you to make some noise. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah!
There'd be no chance in the world I would ever get asked to be in the Guinness Book of Records. And every time I see Summernats, 103 cars, getting that Guinness Book of Record, having that medallion, that means really a lot to me, and I'm passionate. I've been 21 years at Summernats and always bought a car.
I mean, holding the world record for the Summernats is awesome, but I reckon what's going to sink into those 103 guys and girls who actually did it over the next few days and weeks when they get their certificate and everything, they're going to sit down and realise we're world record holders ourselves. We did this, and that's fantastic. It's a great thing we've been able to do for 103 really special people.
My achievement is, yes, it's about the Guinness Book of Record, but I done 2 tyres.
Dad. 50 years. That is years and years and years of making the best air filters in the world. If you need a filter for your car, air filter, cabin filter, oil filter, go to knn.com or go to your local stockist. Superior airflow, superior performance, superior.
99.5 FM, it is Radio Revhead. Good morning to you, Richie Howlett with you, and it's Friday morning. Look at that, cars cruising around already, and we've got plenty going on. Of course, they're all getting ready for the Shannon City Cruise, and they'll be lining up around 10:30 and getting out and hitting Northbourne Avenue from about 12 o'clock today. Over 200 cars they're expecting, so that'll be an awesome spectacle. Can't wait for that one. The Burnout Wildcard, 4:30 this afternoon, down on the Liquid Moly Burnout Pit. And of course, tonight in the Maguire's Top 60 Pavilion, we've got the Top 60 show and the Unveiling 13 cars tonight. This is going to be huge. Another big day at Street Machine Magazine. Summernats number 28, proudly supported by Rare Spares. Get out, enjoy it, have a lot of fun, and we'll see you out there somewhere.
Brett Southwell. We come from Gundaroo, New South Wales, not far from Canberra, and this is FJ Holden FJ Ute on a Toyota 4Runner chassis. For me, the City Cruise is to promote a fantastic event. For people that can't come, it gives them the opportunity to get out and see the vehicles as well.
The route today is going to be different from the one we've done different from last year. We're not going straight ahead. We're going to be going through the gates and turning right.
Look, it's a little bit special. I mean, you've got to put in a nomination form to be nominated, and then the vehicles are handpicked through the Summernats staff. Yeah, so it's pretty special, these selections.
Driving, here are the rules. Speed limit, 30 to 40 kilometres. It's easy though, don't overtake the person in front of you. I'll be in the lead vehicle with the AFP at the front. Don't overtake the AFP.
A bit full on, but an initiation of fire, I guess you can call it. I was probably expecting a fair bit of carry on, but I think it's surpassed my initial ideas of what was going to happen. Getting sunburnt, loud noise, some amazing sort of cars that I'm not a car person originally, but geez, I'm appreciating things a lot more. There's some unique characters, I can tell you. Car cruise today was fantastic. I was lucky enough to get into one of the cars. But like I said, I probably need to rehydrate now and get out there and look for the Burnouts this afternoon. Oh, fuck!
Well, the Burnout Wildcard is a qualifying event to allow some cars that haven't previously qualified for the Burnout Masters an opportunity to actually compete in the Burnout Masters. And they get an opportunity to compete against each other today to play off for what ended up being 7 spots in the Burnout Masters tomorrow. I think today I saw the most exciting burnout I've ever seen in all of my years at Summernats. Andrew Lynch is an absolute magician behind the wheel.
You want your rollers, you're going like this.
Andrew Lynch from Horsham, Victoria. I'm here to smash tyres.
He's not called Loose Lynchy for no reason. He is one of the...
I've often thought, what would I do if I didn't do burnouts? Because I couldn't play golf.
He's just a crowd favourite. You know, there's been some crowd favourites in the past, but he takes the cake tenfold. And, you know, I thank him for what the pleasure he gave my eyes today.
I'm Lynchy, and this is Summernats 28! Yeah!
My name's John Sard and I'm from Sydney. Well, I've owned about 7 Mazdas, but this by far is the best one I've ever owned. But yeah, I've always loved the shape of the RX-3 sedan and always wanted my dream car, and I'm sitting in my dream car right now. It's a Mazda RX-3 1972 model. The car's highly modified. It's got a full chassis from front to back. It's got a 4-link rear end. It's got a Mark Williams modular diff. It's got a 16-inch wheelwood brake 6-spot calipers all around. It's powered by a 30B turbo with a GT42R. It's got a C4 automatic and makes about 450 on a very, very low boost horsepower to the rear wheels. You have to have a good all-round car. You've got to have a show car, it's got to be a nice car. I think it's got to be drivable. I think it's just an all-rounder you really need. A lot of people think that I'm not going to drive this car on the street, but it will be driven on the street, 100%.
It's about to get crazy. Our team is under a lot of pressure. Through the Maguire's judging van, the top 60 is finalised here. All the cars come through here. See all the judges judging over the 6 categories, so we get a lot of cars through here in a short amount of time, so that's why I've got to have a really good, experienced team that can get through those cars quickly, but also make sure the right cars get the awards. That's a pretty good car, no? All the scores are calculated all together, and the top 60 cars, the numbers are put outside. All right, well, I'll get this printed and we'll put that up. Let's go and make the people happy. There's so much tension out there, all the people looking at that whiteboard looking for their number so they can ring them in to set up for the show tonight. Good luck. Thanks, guys.
Dad. I used to work in a panel shop as a spray painter. True story. I used to turn up to work early every single day. One day I was 10 minutes late. The boss said to me, "Why are you late?" And because I was a young smart I said, "You never thank me when I'm 15 minutes early." Not only did that go down like a mouth full of nails, I had to wash the entire complex for a week. And I was a painter. I wanted to paint. And our paint supplier at the time was PPG. These guys. So if you want to use the best paint in the world, don't be a smart to your boss. Be nice, be kind. PPG. Get the finish on your car that you need. Shiny, shiny.
My name's Paul Suma. I'm from Sydney, and we just got into the top 60. We're really happy and stoked. And yeah, let's just got to get it cleaned up, get it in there, and let's see how we go.
So many happy people. And there's a few new cars here, so a few people have to explain how it all works. And in 15 minutes, they'll be in the hall and setting up for the show.
Well, getting in top 60 is very important because it is a goal that we try to achieve, and I'm just happy that I had the support and we achieved it. I'm happy to be in here. If I make top 10, I'm going to go for Grand Champion. If it happens, it happens. If not, I've got myself a beautiful car and I made top 60, and that's the most important thing.
Guys, great unveil tonight. There is 13 cars. We normally only do 8 to 9 cars, but there were so many cars in the build and so many people just really wanted to be here. And if you think of the concept of the whole Maguire's unveil, it's people that have spent 3, 4, 5 years of their life getting that car built so they can get it here to be unveiled in front of the public. It's just so exciting to those people, and it's going to be great with that amount of cars.
Let's get this underway. Our first car is probably no stranger to Summernats, and if you are a Burnout fan, then you're going to know this car.
Now, what we're going to do is unveil a car that nobody's seen before, just like what happened down the other end. Now, if you want a wow factor, guys, how is that? The colour is amazing.
Yeah, look, this is Steve Loaders and his next new car. Please put your hands together. This is Reload. All I can say is, wow.
A very cool HZ Utes known as Grunter. Give it a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Look at the car, will you? Check it out.
Yeah, you just got to love the touches on this car. Lots of chrome. You know, it's a really good looking car, but it's a real traditional old school style hot rod as well.
let's actually lift the covers and see what we can see with this gorgeous hot rod. For those of you who are looking at it going, wow, that's an Impact, that's the name, let's give a big round of applause to Bob and Priscilla and Impact.
Let's take the lid off it. It is a VE Commodore station wagon. It belongs to Peter Pasaris, and it is an absolutely gorgeous car.
Great car. When you have a look at it, it's not extensively modified, but when you start having a look at the detail in this car, it's absolutely awesome.
It is a gorgeous 64 Chevy pickup truck, and yet there is nothing big about this. It is low to the ground. It is just fat. It's lovely.
We uncover a Daxilla. Will you get a load of that?
Put your hands together for Peter Green and this gorgeous little tea bucket.
We want to hear the crowd roar. This is slammed.
If you like your engines big, had a 763 cubic inches sound in a little Tirana. That's the last of our Unveil cars. We've managed to get through it again. Once again, we've got to say thanks to Maguire's. You know, we can't do this without them.
A lot of energy, a lot of fun. You know, I want everyone to just enjoy themselves and, you know, end the night in the best way possible after a big long day in the sun, the cars.
So this is our first. So when we came down from Sydney this morning, we could tell where it was by the smoky clouds of the burnouts. These guys don't have their licenses yet, so I'm the only one. But yeah, we got this badass combi that we're gonna drive on the stage.
Summernats! Yo, put your hands up! Put your hands up! Put your hands up!
Yo, 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 what's cracking? I am Bliss. It's going down, I am SO. And I'm DJ Ism. And we're about to rock Summernats 28.
Where the heart is, so hip-hop is right here. Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Always where the heart is, so hip-hop is right here. Always where the heart is, so hip-hop is right here. Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Always where the heart is, so hip-hop is right here. Everybody sing. Rolling down the road that I know is my home. It's alright. It's okay. Yeah. Rolling down the road that I know is my home. It's alright. It's okay. Yo, yo, everybody, hey, ho, hey, ho. Come on, hey, ho. Canberra, hey, everyone, everybody, hey, come on, ho, hey. Let me hear you. Come on. Watching Summernats 38. Make some
today, but Andrew Lawrence Lynch did the best burnout in 2015.
I agree.
Today, good on you, Summernats, 2015. Yeah! 2015, yeah! Oh! It'll be Jackie too.
Dad. Oil change, rattle gun, gaskets, a battery, disc brakes, spark plugs. What do you need? Burson Auto Parts have more than 180 auto parts stores in Australia. They've been in the game for around 50 years. Don't turn up at Summernats in January with a box. Get that sorted, mate. Get your car fixed, repaired, ready to smash skids. You don't want to blow a wheel bearing on Skid Row, eh? You want to smash tyres like a mad dog. If you need help, call 1300 Burson or visit burson.com.au. Now.
.5 FM, it is Radio Revhead. Good morning to you. I trust you are not suffering too much this morning. It's going to be a big day today. It's all about awards. We've got the Elite Awards in the Maguire's Pavilion. We've got the Street Awards down there on the main arena as well. And it's Burnout qualifying as well. 30 of the best in the country for the Liqui Moly Burnout Masters. And they'll be hitting the track a little later on this afternoon as well. And then tonight, Saturday's always my favourite part of Street Machine Magazine Summernats. From 7:30, the Super Cruise, the best of the best out there on the track, including the Rare Spares Legend Award as well. We'll have from 9 o'clock the Vibrance Fireworks Spectacular, and then from 9:15 DJ on the main stage, and Illy's going to hit the main stage tonight as well from 9:30. A big day here at Street Machine Magazine Summernats number 28, proudly supported by Rare Spares.
My name's Nathan Borg and I'm from Windsor and I drive a Datsun 1200 Ute. Yeah, last year was last minute thing for the Grand Champion. Sort of got G'd up to just have a crack at it. Never driven the car before, so yeah, I didn't know what to expect, but we had an absolute ball. The car drove pretty well considering it was running real rough. It hadn't had a proper tune in it, but yeah, we had some fun. So this year we just went back and we've done a few changes on the car, not so much drivability wise, but we have gone and sorted out a few things like braking and stuff like that. We've done a little bit of driving, not as much as we like, just because we want to keep the car in top condition for a few more shows. But yeah, we definitely nutted out a few little issues that should make it a lot more drivable this year. It's got a 13B turbo at the front with a GT47. Yeah, it's good for a 700 horsepower motor. It's got a Tremec 5-speed gearbox with a custom tail shaft and a Mark Williams fabricated diff. It was about an 8.5 year project. I've probably done some things on the car 3 times to get it what I want. To win Grand Champion, mate, would be the icing on the cake. We won Motor X this year, so mate, that was the biggest highlight for my year. So to win Grand Champion, mate, would be just a dream come true. So we'll go out there and have some fun and see what happens.
Yeah, my name's Steve Loader. I'm from Melbourne, Victoria, and this is a VF Commodore. Basically with this car, we bought it about 12 weeks ago. It was a smashed car in the front left. We replaced the rail and the inner guard and just went from there. First of all, went to the panel shop actually, got all the panel repairs back, so it was a complete car again. Then it went to the fab shop, got the rear end done, and then down to the panel shop. They done all the fab work in the engine bay and painted the car. And it's a bit different. Normally, you like to build a car and then pull it apart, put it back together, but because it's such a short time, we sort of got to get the stuff done and hopefully everyone just goes to plan, and it all went to plan. A couple of hiccups, but nothing too major. The engine's it's a big block Chev 532 cube. It made 850 horsepower, factory V8 brakes. It's a ladder bar, 9-inch rear end, 2-speed power glide. It's been a quick build. You know, I've got a lot of guys, mates that do stuff for me that help me out. So as long as everyone works together, it worked pretty good. We'll have a crack at Grand Champion, so it's the first time I unveil a car, so I wouldn't mind having a crack at that. I was going to go today and do a skid, but because I do a Grand Champion, done tested car, so I'll probably just go out Sunday just do a skid. I just want to be able to unveil a car and then, just go and do a skid in it.
Day 3, Summernats. We're going to see all the people, as you can see here, all the people behind me come through to look at these fantastic cars in the top 60. Really anticipated. All these great builds. Man, it's going to be intense. The Master Craftsman Award is an award, we've actually named it after John Taverner Senior. We call it the John Taverner Memorial Award for the Master Craftsman. He was another integral part of our team who we lost a year or two ago, and now we do that every year. And this year it's been a little bit sombre. We really miss Laurie Starling. He was such an integral part of the judging team and such an awesome builder. And this year we're going to honour in his name the Master Craftsman Award. It's something he wanted to achieve by the age he was 30. He actually would have been 30 this year. So his mum and dad and brother will be here to accept the award on his behalf. This year it is with much pleasure and huge regret that I present this year's John Taverner Master Craftsman Memorial Award. This year's recipient reached unbelievable heights and touched many people in his short life. After achieving many goals, his two biggest were to win Grand Champion, which he did last year, and the other one was to be awarded Master Craftsman by the age 30 here at Summernats. Australia has lost a huge part of its custom car future. It's gone, but he'll never be forgotten. I'd like to call Rob and Julia, his mum and dad, and Jamie, his brother, up to accept the John Taverner Memorial Award, the Master Craftsman 2015 for Laurie Starling, something he so richly deserved.
With Haltech, you unlock the power. With everything from universal ECU kits, plug and play kits, to dashes, gauges, merchandise, and more. Have a look at this. Oh my gosh. Have a look at that. Buttons. Nice. Haltech.com. That's it. .com.
I'm actually a bit nervous about today because I'm one of about the 3 cars here that don't have a blower, so I'm going to have to make up for it with driver ability, I think.
I'm not here to come second, I want to win.
There's that many nerves on the line, but once I put the foot down, it's just full steam ahead.
At the end of the day, I want to drive off the end of that pad and have my tyres off.
I just love it. Just love doing burnouts. Just love being out there, love the smoke, love the adrenaline.
Oh, you love it. The crowd goes crazy if you do a good job. And the number one thing with Summernats is you got to put on a good show for the guys, or they'll tell you all about it.
It's just one big rush. You just hit the throttle and you just go where the car takes you and go for that ride. It's great. It's like one big roller coaster.
When you leave the line in the burnout, you've probably got, you look at the crowd a bit. You've got you don't want to disappoint anyone, and at the end of it, you're just happy that you didn't.
This time that we're in right now, it's probably the worst time of my life. You know, just the pressure that you put on yourself, you know, the thought of everything that's going on in your own mind is probably really, really overwhelming. You know, but once you get to the line, as soon as you stand on it, all those nerves and everything's sort of gone and out of the way.
Basically, you'll start to really panic when you're about 3 cars to go, and then you're totally in trouble when you're next on the line, and then your eyes just roll back and you finish the skid and you work out, what did you just do?
Burnout Masters to me is just a group of the elite of the elite. They put the best of the best together and try and put a good show together. Any one of these 30 cars here have got the potential to win.
Before I get to the line, I'm as nervous as hell. As soon as I start, everything turns off and you just got the blinkers on, you see no one. You actually really don't even hear the engine. It's just a whole different world inside the car.
If I had to pick a favourite, it would be the Burnout Masters. It's the be all and end all. It's that one event that you really want to do well at. Bit of a rush. It's a bit hard to explain when you get out there on the pad and all the crowd going off. It's just, yeah, crazy.
To know that the crowd's enjoying seeing what you do is a real big satisfaction, you know what I mean? Tyres are off it, you've done a half decent skid in your own mind, getting out and celebrating to the crowd, it's an amazing feeling.
And then, yeah, you go back and celebrate with all your mates and hope the car still runs.
The high would last 24 hours after it. You're bouncing around like a ADD kid.
Big Brasher from Taree here at Summernats. Car didn't do what I wanted to do today, and yeah, happens. Just wasn't my day. I picked up a lot of speed very quickly. The pad's very sticky. Coming down into the chute, yeah, I don't have much of a brake in this little car. I wanted to tip it in one certain way. The car wanted to go the other way. I didn't have the room to spin it back, so yeah, I got off it. It was either get off it or hit the wall, and yeah, I didn't want to hit the wall. It goes to show you can win it one year and fail the next year. So it doesn't matter how good you are. I got my own burnout pad at home. I can practice every day of the week. You come here at in this big field, you know, it's anybody's win down here. Anybody's win.
Dad. What is canna, you ask? I'm going to read this to you. Hang on. Canna is the Dutch expert in cultivating your favourite crops. Eh? The green stuff. I mean capsicums, tomatoes. Welcome to a new way of growing that is all about passion, love for plants, and achieving the best results in the easiest way. Canna. Whether it's capsicums, roses, broccoli, or anything else plant-based, eh? Visit canna.com.au. Hang on, I've got another bottle here. Brown stuff. Let's have a smell. You're the first to open this. Yeah, man.
My name's Grant Law. My business is GTAC, and what we do is we specialise in thermal imaging equipment. So this year at 2015 Summernats, I'm here with the thermal imaging cameras specifically on the Burnout pad. The reason for this is a thermal imaging camera has the ability to look at heat, and it also has the ability to see straight through smoke. So during the burnouts, we're able to see all the detail, we're able to see the tyre marks left on the track, and we can see the bits of rubber, the flames, the whole works through the smoke.
Here we are out on the main arena. We're having the Super Cruise for the top 60 cars. There's also another 4 or 5 groups, but the top 60 cars, and they pull off for the grass driving event. And they'll be full on part of the Grand Champion. The Rare Spares Legends has been announced. Drago Ostrich is the 8th inductee. Absolutely fantastic. It's all about guys that have built cars or judge or give back to the industry. A really, really great honour to be part of the Rare Spares Legends. We've never had that one before. That is what it's about. The whole Grand Champion thing is doing well in judging, but you've got to do well in the driving events. What a shame. That white Camaro, he was a contender. Got up there, just shut down, couldn't get going again. Tomorrow morning, 8:30, all the contenders are back up for the last driving event, the Go Woe on the Burnout track. Bring it on.
99.5 FM, it is Radio Revhead. Good morning, Richie Howlett with you. Nice to have your company Sunday morning at Street Machine Magazine Summernats number 28, proudly supported by Rare Spares. And today it is just all about the finals. We've got the Horsepower Heroes final happening up in the Dyno cell. Will Jake make it over 2,000 horsepower? Goodness gracious, I would love to see that happen. That's happening today. And then, of course, it's all about the burnouts as well, with the Liqui Moly Championship and the Liqui Moly Burnout Masters happening later on this afternoon. Get out there, enjoy it. It's a great day to be at Street Machine Magazine Summernats 28.
My name's Cooper and you're watching Summernats 28.
I thought I had a very good chance at Grand Champion, but it just wasn't meant to be this year. Well, when we were going down to do the Super Cruise, the alternator stopped charging. We got down there, we tried to sort it out, see what we could do, but they even put the battery on charge, but because there's so much electrical in the car, yeah, we didn't want to risk like leaning the car out or stuffing an engine, you know what I mean? As much as I wanted it, I'm not willing to risk blowing my engine or doing damage to the car.
My name's Nathan Borg and I'm from Windsor, and we're here at the Go to O, going for the last challenge for the Grand Champion.
My name's Daniel Savlaris and I'm from Caringbah, Sydney, and here to compete for Grand Champion.
Oh look mate, if we could take out Grand Champion, mate, that'd be the icing on the cake. Like, you know, something probably dreamed of my whole life, you know, watching every Summernats DVD as a little boy, and Peter Fitzpatrick, you know, killing it, and all the rest of it. So yeah mate, this would be a dream come true.
This year at Summernats, for the Go-O, we're going to have 2 lanes, side-by-side racing. It's the first time ever run off for Grand Champion, so it's going to be really interesting to see these elite cars run side-by-side in a race situation. They've never done this before, so we're looking to see how hard they actually go.
Yeah, good luck to everyone, and let's go have some fun.
Unfortunately, I tagged the wall, but that's what it's about. Sorry, Danny.
I'm Nathan Borg, and you're watching Summernats 28.
Dad. Anest Iwata. What is that, you say? Listen, Anest Iwata brings to the Australian market a wide range of equipment for the spraying of liquid coatings. Nice. These may be for automotive uses, both at production and refinish levels. They can even supply equipment for the beauty and film industries, where it is possible to spray makeup, airbrush fingernails, body art, and spray on imitation suntans. Because who wouldn't want to have a suntan, right? Yeah.
Alan Evans, Managing Director of Dyno Dynamics and owner with my good wife of the company. So we're here running the Horsepower Heroes, and what we're doing is measuring the horsepower of every car that's in the competition. They've got to do 3 runs to make sure that the car actually can sustain that power.
It's a 439 cubic inch big block Chev. It's an all iron motor. It's got a Merlin 3 block, RHS iron cylinder heads, mechanical roller cam, modified tunnel ram with, it's actually got 18 fuel injectors in it. It's got I said 114 before, but I believe it's 118 millimetre. I sort of downplayed the size of the turbo. Honestly, on the way in, you're just listening to everything, and to be honest with you, the motor sounds a bit rattlier than it did, and I get incredibly nervous. I think it's more a fear of failure than anything, but yeah, I get incredibly nervous, yep. A bit of a failure, but at least I didn't blow the rods out of it this time like I did last year. I'm sorry it was a bit spectacular and a bit smoky, but it did the job anyway.
Yeah, look, about the Grand Champion, mate, I'm feeling pretty confident, but it's hard to say because, mate, the guys there are just driving their cars that well, and, it's good to see them getting out there and using it, and I was just having a ball, mate. You just forget you're even competing against these guys. You just wanted to keep paddock bashing it in the grass, mate, so, yeah, mate, we've had an awesome weekend, mate, win or lose, but, yeah, mate, we'll be over the moon.
Hey, Nate.
Yeah, mate.
You need to have your car at the track at 11:45.
Are you sure?
All right?
So last year, remember we were packing it up?
All right?
Yeah.
So you can get up there?
Yeah. Thanks, mate.
All right.
Thanks.
I'll see you up there.
I'm Adam Giles, I'm the Chief Minister of the Northern Territory. I'm down at the Summernats looking at how the Summernats operates, how it performs, and some of the facilities that it offers to the consumers who like to come and look at the show and shine cars. We've come down because we've just signed a deal with the Summernats to have what we're now calling the Red Centre Nats on the 3rd to the 6th of September in Alice Springs to be able to showcase a whole range of cars and facilities and have a new motorsports event on the national calendar.
I think what's great about it is the Northern Territory government. They're progressive, they're innovative, they want to create things that suit the personality of their state and their people, and they believe in motorsport.
Say Summernats!
My name's Warren Eustace. I'm from Pakenham in Victoria, and I drive this HP Holden. Mostly the championship is basically for anyone that wants to come to Summernats and have a crack. It allows the top three to access their way through to the Burnout Masters.
Do you love your car? How much do you love your car? Proof that you love your car is if you look after it with the best car care products on the market. Maguire's. If you've spent thousands building your car, don't care for it with crap quality products. Look after it with the best. You should also use the best to keep yourself clean. Super thick and sudsing. Whee! See this? This is the best. The best! Are these ads over yet? Seriously?
Grand Champion is about you and your car, not just the car.
The car we have is a stunning car. It is an amazing car, and I believe for the first time, it's a rotary. Ladies and gentlemen, winner of Summernats Grand Champion, sponsored by Street Machine, is entrant number 1316, the red 1977 Datsun 1200 of Nathan Ford! Make some noise!
It's just mind-blowing, mate. Yeah, to win this and make history as Rotary, mate, it's a dream come true. I'm a little boy, mate, watching this Summernats and all the rest of it. Mate, it's the icing on the cake for me, yeah.
There is the sword. It's handed over to Nathan. He takes the Grand Champion award, holds it aloft, ladies and gentlemen. A new Grand Champion at Summernats.
Yeah, look, mate, my family's all behind me 100%, but without them, mate, it wouldn't be possible, eh? So big thanks to them and everyone that helped me to get here. It's amazing.
I want this rain to not come.
We got here Wednesday night and had a bit of pizza, and Thursday morning about 4 o'clock I thought I had a bit of food poisoning, but nah, lunchtime got rushed to hospital and had to get my appendix out, and rolled up yesterday at lunchtime just in time for the Masters, so yeah, and here we are now, ready to go again.
Our aim was come top 10, mate, I'm wrapped. I can go home now, I've done what I want to do, so yeah.
As long as we get the tyres off, mate, we're all good. The anticipation just kills you like this last hour. That kills you.
Not as nervous as I was on Friday, but yeah, we'll get through this one.
Well, yesterday I was pretty nervous, so I was it was pacing a bit, you know, but I'm all right today. I had a good night's sleep. My old man's always said, have a good night's sleep before a big burnout comp. Finally took his advice.
No real plans, I don't usually have any plans, I just go out there and do whatever the car does.
Nah, keep it straight. Try to, but nah, just get in there and rip some tyres off it.
Take one at a time, mate, one at a time. That's all we can do.
And once you get on the start line, things come to you pretty quickly, but no plans.
Like Lynchy said, as soon as you start line, see what the pad looks like when you get to tip it in, and then you just turn when you think, just make it up.
It gets better and better every year. The standard of cars is just off the planet. So I can't wait. It's just going to be absolutely fantastic.
It's time for the highlight of the weekend, the one thing the crowd waits for all weekend long. The jewel in the crown for Summernats. Liqui Moly Burnout Masters Top 10. Andrew Poole is bringing the smoke. And alongside me, Burnout expert Aaron Mackley. Away we go with the boy from Townsville.
And what a sensational start it is. He tips it deep into the pad, absolutely fills the Coliseum with smoke.
Fourth at his home event up in Cairns, but now he's doing it on the grandest of scales. Not his first appearance in the Masters, but now a chance to enjoy himself inside the top 10.
And he's made it into the top 10 going the long way around. Friday afternoon through the Wildcard qualifying event, absolutely pulled off a ripping skid, and he's doing very similar again today. Just Just listen to those constant revs right up there, very steady, very sound.
Just getting the limiter momentarily. He's also using a lot of the pad, even going in and out of the chutes, and already the tyres are gone.
What a sensational effort there by Andrew Poole. He's up on the boot of the car. The tyres have got down really quick there because he's had the revs up around 82, 8400. Constant revs all the way through with around 3.0 diff gears. That's big tyre speed, over 300 kilometres an hour. That's why the tyres have got down so quick.
And how good is this? A chance to scientifically break down a burnout. No surprise that the heat pouring off the tyres. Look at the strips being left behind inside the Liquid Moly power pit. Infrared vision, looking forward to seeing more of that shortly. But this is Cutsick, a man who's toured the countryside with this car so far this year. Blower sticking out of the bonnet. 85 points is the benchmark so far.
Craig Witter turns it around on the start line. Difficult thing to do. Tough one for the judges too. It's hard to gauge instant smoke when they whip it around on the start line like that. But he's pulled it out of it very nicely and tipped it in deep and kept the revs up very well. This is a brand new engine combination he's got up the front. Over 400 cubes of a new LS combination with the blower, with the methanol hat on top. Let's see how he goes.
I mentioned he'd be taking burnouts around the country. He even took them offshore to Malaysia when Summernats took this massive circuit overseas. And just looking at those butterflies, wavering a little bit, but constant revs have been there, using plenty of that pit. This is something, Aaron, that the judges will love.
Yeah, look, he's doing a really good job. He's improved his driving style here. Craig is traditionally on and off the throttle a little bit, but he's here to win this weekend. He's keeping the revs right up there, nice and constant, and big revs too. This is big smoke. This will be scoring well with the judges. Instant smoke, constant smoke, volume of smoke, and doing a great job in the driving control category.
As if he's not busy enough on that steering wheel, he's still finding time somehow to throw both hands out the wheel and ask for some support. He parks it near the fence with the tyres busted, yes.
He's clipped the wall amongst all that smoke too, so that will take a point or two out of his driving control, which may hurt him overall. But I'll tell you what, that was a fantastic skid. He always puts on a great show. Craig skidded with it.
Well, he's fallen 8 points shy of the first skid inside the top 10. So at the moment, the point sitting with Andrew Poole in eye blown. That's one way to find your way out of the Liquid Moly power pit.
He just doesn't want to get out of there. It's too much fun. It's the place to be.
Let's check it out how that one started once again. Interesting technique to get it turned around straight away.
So I reckon that turnaround on the start line has probably cost him a little bit of instant smoke. It may have picked up a point here or there in the driving control, but he would have lost that point and a couple more when he tagged the wall amongst all that smoke.
Plenty more still to come from here at Summernats 28.
Dad. Got a Holden, got a Ford, got a Chrysler. Do you have a sick VL, a Hectic, VK, a VB, a VC, a Mang VN, an XW, an XY, an XT, an XA, an XC, a Tory, a Rana? Yes, I know they're the same thing. Whatever you got. If it's rare, Rare Spares do bits for it. So if you love bits and bobs and pieces and parts, visit their website for a full catalogue and more. More bits, more bobs, more parts, more pieces. All of it.
rsp.net.au.
Welcome back to Summernats 28. And now it's time for one of the favourites, a winner in Candos, a winner also at the Good Friday Burnouts in New South Wales. He is a New South Welshman from Portland. And look at this from Blown Lux.
That is amazing. Wall-to-wall smoke. That is just a barrier of smoke. And he's tipped it in pretty quickly too for a big monster truck.
Yeah, the tip-ins of this thing not quite as violent as we can expect from other guys like Lynchy, but the smoke is unbelievable.
That is phenomenal. That's scoring 18s, 19s, 20s in the smoke scores. This is going to really set a standard. Brett Battersby got some good constant revs going there as well. He's got the big diff gears in it, probably 275s or 3.0s. He's boxed himself in. You can't really see where he's going, but he's got the feel. He'll be using reference points, the top of the grandstand, and you can see he's cleared himself a little bit of a path there. This is a big burnout.
Tyres shredding. To think that this man was under the knife not only a few nights ago. There we go. Rear.
Big revs, big tyres. They're four-wheel drive tyres too.
This thing used to be a 4-cylinder when he picked it up as a second-year apprentice. It ran a 5-litre blown motor once. Now we stepped it up to 540 cubes, waiting for the left rear to go as well. This has been powerful, and this will catch the points with the judges.
That is huge. That is just absolutely setting a standard. He's been crook as a dog all week, the poor fella. But I tell you what, Summernats adrenaline has just taken over, and he was 100% in control of that car. That was just a massive, massive burnout. Those smoke scores will be hard to beat for the rest of the day.
It's not hard to see why this man has such a big following. Brett Battersby and Blown Lux to the top. 88 points, new leader, new benchmark. The clouds are coming too. The rain, it can't be too far away. Water and rubber, not good bedfellows. And here comes the West Aussie, Fred Watson in fear. Listen to that blower.
Oh, tips it in nice and deep, genuine 360, giving himself direction to drive out the other side of the pad. This is a really nice entry, nice and controlled. Back down the chute, out the exit, using all parts of the pad in the first 10 or 15 seconds. He puts a bit of a plan together, Fred Watson, and he's sticking to it. You can see that. He's keen on using all parts of the pad. Let's just have a listen to his revs. Let's see what the engine's doing. Yeah, nice big revs there. Feathers the throttle just a little bit, which it's on and off. It's not really affecting his smoke scores. He's got it up there above 7,000 revs the majority of the time. And again, feathering that throttle is just aiding the driving control of this car, which is doing a very, very good job.
He's been playing with ballast in this car to try and spread the weight evenly to make sure that both the rear tyres pop at the same time. You'd never think that this sport's getting so technical, but it is.
Oh, he's just got off it before he's got a tyre down. I'm not sure what happened there. He's just got off it at the last minute, which would have affected his continuity of smoke scores, but he's got them both down now. What a fabulous effort that was. Comes back into the pad. He just wants to get the things off the beads. There he is, Fred Watson. What a performance that was.
2012 Burnout King winner in the West. Also a winner up in Cairns this year. And it's not quite going to be enough, though, to win the Burnout Masters. Fred Watson falls 1 point short of Brett Battersby. So close.
And that point would have come from getting off it right at the end and just affecting his continuity of smoke scores, unfortunately. As we take a look at the infrared footage, phenomenal amount of heat coming out of these cars, not just out the back, but up the front as well. Fantastic shots we're getting from this camera.
Exhaust running hot, blower running cold. The top 10, the Liqui Moly Burnout Masters. And we're halfway through what has been a fascinating show so far. And now, from Perth, WA, comes Justin Brown in a car that, quite honestly, Aaron, could have featured in other parts of Summernats this week, and it's so nice.
Oh, it's a beautiful car. It's a VE Commodore wagon with all the fruit. This is a sensational car. And a really good start to his Burnout too. He's got some good constant smoke here, and he's keeping the revs right up. Feathering the throttle just a little bit, affecting his continuous smoke scores slightly, but this is pretty good smoke so far from Justin.
It's kind of a telltale sign, isn't it? As we take a good look at those butterflies, the judges definitely know when you honour off the throttle in a blown car.
Yeah, you can clearly hear it, and you can see the smoke starts to dissipate a little bit. Oh, here we go, he's gone up in flames.
Just a couple of flames shooting at the back, and it's getting bigger.
Oh, it is too, and he's not scared. He's not getting off in a hurry.
Look at this bellowing out the back. It's an inferno in the rear of the Commodore, and still he is on the loud pedal.
Oh, and the back of the car is all plastic. That'll be just turning it to molten plastic.
Listen to this crowd as the fireys rush in.
Oh, Justin Brown, what a display that was. Unfortunately, that's the end of his Burnout, but he's certainly going to be one of the crowd favourites with that effort.
Well, it's earned him a standing ovation from a few members of the crowd, and one way or another, this is kind of what gets the crowd going. He
set the place alight.
There's a bushfire out there at the moment.
Oh, all that rubber that's laying around from the cars that have been out previously.
Unbelievable.
What a spectacle that was. The engine's still running. There's nothing wrong with the car.
He's got his helmet back on. The fireys want to have a look under the bonnet, though. I think there might be more problems and some extinguishers going off underneath. And he's been given the kill signal altogether. They're going to shut him down. No!
Oh, well, we'll see what they find out. The rules in this situation is that you're allowed one fire. And after that fire, if the fire warden deems that it's safe for you to skid again, then the show will be allowed to go on.
Well, despite what Justin wants, this show is not going on any further, but listen to this crowd. They are in absolute raptures right now. Justin's frustrated. He wants to get back into it. He keeps egging the crowd on. He's obviously got them on his side. Listen to them.
Have a listen. They just want to see more action.
And why not? He has given them exactly what they've come to see so far this weekend. Let's relive this unbelievable moment. Check out those flames.
And it's just really exemplified there. The throttle control, as I was saying earlier, he's on and off the throttle. You can see those flames pumping on and off as he's stabbing the throttle, which is what caused the fire in the first place. All this raw fuel just dumping straight out the back and mixing with the ignition source, which is the tyres.
Well, no surprise that all the heat was bellowing out of the back. But this infrared will give us a good image of where the fire was exactly.
Oh, yeah, there we go.
Wow.
Let's have a look between the bonnet and the guard up the front. The fire, he's actually made the right call in stopping Justin. He's had a fire under the bonnet, being a methanol fire. Nobody else could see it. So that's unfortunately why they wouldn't allow him to go on.
G-O. Picture this. You've just spent the best part of 5 years building your dream car. You've spent every last dollar you have. What you need is peace of mind, right? And you need your vehicle insured for what it's worth. Don't muck around when it comes to insurance. Get the right cover. Shannons will look after you. Give them a call, 134646 or shannons.com.au.
Welcome back to Summernats 28. Warren Gerzakowski now. 88, still that number to beat. It's a ute that's sitting on top. Very different to this one.
And Warren's been in really good form of late, skidding all over the country. He's developing a bit of a cult following, and this man can really drive. Big, constant revs, big smoke, and sensational driving control.
Oh, aggressive entry into the Liquid Molly Power Pit. You can't tell me when the blue smoke's pumping like that, it doesn't get the judges just a little bit on their side as well. I know the crowd loves it.
And this is a beautiful car too. There is not a bolt out of place on this car. It is an absolute show car, and he drives it like he stole it.
How unforgiving is this pit? It's smaller than some of the other venues we've seen, smaller definitely than when he was putting on a great show at Burnouts Unleashed up in Brisbane. Got to change your style, got to be very careful about where those walls are.
And this is great driving by Wildcard. He comes back up the chute, still got the foot buried, big constant revs. You can see the colour dissipating out of the tyre smoke, which means they haven't got long left to go. He's going to tip it back into the pad one more time. I think the tyres might have let go. You can see his protectors on the outside of stuff. Yeah, there we go. He has got him down. This is a good scoring skid by Wildcard. That'll do really well in instant smoke, constant smoke, volume of smoke. And a beautiful car like that, he wasn't scared to drive it. This is going to be right up there.
And he's only 3 points off the pace of our clubhouse leader, so to speak, in Brett Battersby. Gerzakowski, 85 points. Clouds looming in the sky. There's been no shortage of clouds down in the Liquid Molly Power Pit. And this is Rick Fuller from Melbourne. He's made the trip up to Canberra for this very moment.
Check him out, Captain Casual, just fat arming it in the blown injected LS powered VK Commodore.
Though on the limiter, banging its way into the power pit, and away we go.
Oh, look at the tip in, nice and deep. He's going to take it back out the exit road. Excellent driving.
Another example of how national this sport is getting. He took this car up to Darwin early this year. We've had Burnout contests in Perth, Northern WA. We've had them in Darwin, Cairns, and here we are at, I guess, what you could call our grand final day in the ACT.
Would you believe this guy has never made the top 10 of the Masters before? This is his first time actually in the top 10, and he's making a big fist of it. This is scoring really well. He's got the car up on the limiter, where normally you would think that'd be pulling points away from his constant smoke scores. But this smoke is huge. Instant smoke, massive. Constant smoke, massive. Volume of smoke, massive. And he's driving it like a crazy man. He's got great vision as well, because he's taking it right to the borders of the burnout pad. He's not boxing himself in a corner and blocking out his visibility. This is a really clever drive by Rick Fuller.
383 combo. It was built up in about 3 weeks' time to take on Burnout's Unleashed up in Brisbane. He pulls it to a stop, and that was exciting. The crowd loved it. They might not be able to see him, but they can certainly hear him down there.
That was one special burnout by Rick Fuller. That was as good as I've seen him do in all my years of watching burnouts.
He rolls on out and into the top 3. He's sitting up there behind Fred Watson and Brett Battersby, and he'll be taking home a trophy if he can just hang on. GM Hazard and a relative newcomer to the burnout scene.
Yeah, this is Mick Cleary, all the way from Portland in Victoria. Listen to the revs in that thing. That's up over 8,000 and steady, constant revs too.
The presentation of these cars inside the top 10, immaculate.
He's another bloke that's gone the long way around, qualified through the Wildcard comp on Friday. The tipping there was fantastic. He's gone right hand down rather than left hand down, just to mix it up a little bit. Big revs, constant revs, massive smoke.
And when you think about these guys coming in via the Wildcards on Friday, this is the 3rd time that he has smoked some tyres this weekend.
And he's got them off so quickly. That thing was revving up around 8,500 RPM and constant from the word go. That's why he's got them off so quick.
The boys are in a rush, aren't they? They know the weather's coming. Rain not too far away, and the conditions out here will be gone straight away once it comes down, and maybe even a few drops. Yes, definitely. A few drops starting to come down now, but I don't think it's going to dampen their spirits, as.
Oh, not a chance, mate. They've been standing out in the hot sun all day. It'll be doing them favours. It's not going to do any favours for the cars, unfortunately.
I think the crowd could do with some water this weekend, to be honest.
And here's Warren Eustace in his HQ. 377 small block Chev up the front. Blown injected methanol. What a tip in.
Oh,
that's exactly what he did last year to take out the Summernats Burnout Championship, which allowed him to qualify for the Masters.
You reckon this man knows motors? He builds them for Walkinshaw Racing. He was part of the team that brought home a trophy from Bathurst this year with Nick Percat, and now he's out here at the Bathurst of Burnout, Summernats 28, and this is not bad at all.
Big smoke, constant smoke, really good driving control as well. He's going to take it back out the exit row. He's going to be scoring really well.
There's damage to the right rear, look at that.
Yes, he has clipped the wall there too on the right-hand side, and he's just called it a day.
Probably a victim of these conditions. The rain getting heavier, and on the burnout surface with rubber, it's just going to make it very slippery.
He's still generating plenty of heat though.
And this is one guy that a lot of people have come to see today. Famous for his tip-ins, but the conditions are not there. And he's decided that he's just going to loop it around and play it, well, as safe as Lynchy can get.
And unfortunately, the conditions are just not with him, but he's still out there having a crack anyway. Had he been asked if he wanted to wait for the better weather to come along, Lynchy would have told whoever that was to jam it. He's all about the moment. He's all about right now. He's all about adrenaline, and he's out there giving it his absolute best. And look at this pad. It's like an ice skating rink, and he's just turning this thing around on a 20-cent piece. How close is he going to get to the wall? He's done it. He's got away with it. This is phenomenal driving. There's such a lot of effort that goes into these burnouts, getting these cars right, and this thing is just absolutely on song. Listen to the revs. There's no traction there to be able to give him some serious smoke, so he's got the revs right up there. I had a chat to him, and he's got a 2-stage limiter in this thing to give himself party and then extra party. I think the first one's at 7,500, and then he flicks the switch right at the end to wind it up to 8,000.
He's not going to win the Masters, but he is going to win some fans with this kind of driving skill. He's been putting on a show since this thing rolled off the trailer on Friday.
He is having an absolute ball. It could be snowing out there. It could be hailing. It doesn't matter. Lynchy is a man for the moment. All about having fun and smashing tyres, and that's what he has done.
It's car control that a World Rally star would be happy with, and the crowd adore him for it. Great crowd response. It'll mean nothing with the judges because the smoke was never going to be there, but these guys got their money's worth.
Oh, they sure did. He is a pure, unadulterated entertainer, all about putting on a show for the crowd.
What a way to wind up Summernats 28 Liqui-Moly Burnout Masters. Plenty more still to come though from Canberra.
Grand Champion, our Burnout Master of Masters, the Summernats 28, entrant number 1304, Brett Battersby!
Brett Battersby, I'm from Portland and I just won the Masters, mate. Unreal, unbelievable. The hardest I've ever driven it, mate. Both skids, I just flat maggot and just held on for the ride and just went with it. Unreal. Had my appendix out, got here just for the Masters, qualified and we won. Yeah, couldn't have done it without everyone, eh? All I've done is drove, everyone else has lifted their fingers, mate. I've just drove.
It's been an unbelievable year at Summernats 28. I just can't believe it's all over again.
We had 1,907 entries this year, which is the biggest amount we've ever had. Heaps of special stories and special people make up that number of 1,907. It's what Summernats is, you know, that's what Summernats is, and probably nothing more special this year than the bloke who's just won the Liquid Moly Burnout Masters competition. Gets his appendix out on Friday, lights it up Saturday and takes home 15 grand on Sunday. It's awesome, it's unbelievable.
Well, Summernats has given me an amazing experience. I've got to do some things that I never thought I'd ever dream of doing. I've been down at the side of a burnout pad being covered in God knows what sort of steel radial tiles and bitumen, and I've come out looking a bit worse for wear.
Yeah, we've had 100,000 people through the gates this weekend or these 4 days, and the behaviour this year has been, it's almost, I wouldn't say mellow, but it's been just a really easygoing, positive vibe, you know, not as much angst. And you know, it was bloody hot here for the 4 days too, and it could have been, you know, could have easily gotten a bit sketchy, but it's just been great.
I've met some of the most incredible people I've ever seen in my life. You know, guys with just interesting stories, anything from just punters in, you know, down in Tough Street all the way through to the guys that, you know, even getting to spend a bit of time with the grand champion, you know, Nathan Borg. And it's something that, look, the experience is something that I guess was unexpected, and it's fast past my ideas of what this event is all about.
I just think the secret to the Summernats still being here after 28 years is that no matter what things happen around the edge of the event, the core of it stays true. If this event is about cars and about the people who work on cars and people who love cars, and you know, the boys and girls who are coming back here in the late 80s and the early 90s and cutting it up, are coming back here with their sons and their daughters and their families as 40-year-old parents. And maybe in 20 years' time, those kids will be coming back with their kids. And I think that's what, you know, the love of cars travels through families and it travels through friendship groups.
What would keep you coming back here year after year? I used to think it was about the cars, but I've actually found out it's actually about the people. It is one big family, the Summernats family.
What do we do next? Have a beer. Think about what's happened and try to think what the we're going to do next.
Summernats rule.
Summernats, baby!
Summernats!